There we go.
And we are rolling.
Rolling. We are going. We are back at it again.
Yes, Phil and Chase still watching everything.
All the time.
What is this? Episode like 32, 33?
Something like that. Somewhere in that range.
I think it's 33.
I think it might be 32. But I also think that I could be wrong.
Well, so, I guess we'll find. We'll know by the end of
that is true.
The episode.
That is true. Yeah, a lot's been going on.
Yes, life's been lifing. I had to help my parents move, and I moved.
Yeah.
So, there's just been, stuff going on. Yeah. But we didn't forget about the fans.
Earth 2 and 7 stuff outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
Finishing up some projects. As of the release of this episode, I believe in a couple days' time, you can check out Chase and Shep Sue Kevin Smith over on the Chase and Shep page. Or at earth2and7studios.com. It's just got a little facelift.
Oh, yeah.
One of the many things that's happened since the last episode. Hell, you could be listening to this podcast on that website right now. You don't even have to leave the homepage anymore, Phil.
What?
Yeah, man.
It's all just right there for you.
It's pretty great hands.
That is great hands.
Keep an eye out for that. We're finishing up Flippin' Susie. That's almost done.
Yep.
We'll be if you're listening to this on the day of release, we'll be in Indianapolis at a film festival.
Oh, yeah.
A fair at the end of time. Still chugging along there.
That'll be a fun day.
For sure.
A long day.
But a fun day.
It should be fun. If not, then something went wrong.
I'm nervous.
My
panel.
Yeah.
My first panel.
I'm not even going to be there for you.
Oh, you're just not going to be there?
Well, I'm going to be there, but I'm not going to be with you on the panel. Yeah.
You just refuse to show up.
I just sit in the
car.
Where
were you, Phil? I looked everywhere. There's just an empty seat.
Yeah, it's like
I just keep looking at it.
That kid who is at the baseball game looking for Dad. Like, when's Dad going to show up?
Is he here yet?
Shows up right at the last second.
The doors are locked. No. Yeah.
Like that.
You got held up somewhere in the convention.
Scene from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You have to.
Bruce Campbell's outside. He won't let you in.
Yeah.
He heard about Sue Kevin Smith, and he wasn't taking any chances. So. Taking out one half of the gang. Shep could be dead by now, for all I know.
Oh, God. Need a message after this. But
not groovy. So big weekend. Oh, and then, of course, new episodes of Camp Nostalgic.
Yeah.
One of which we're both in.
Yep, I shared it.
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Yeah. I saw they dropped a little preview. So that'll be out tomorrow.
If someone wants to see me with my shirt off.
And if somebody would like to see me with almost everything off.
Yeah.
Hey, it's there for you. If you've ever been watching one of the Chase and Sheps and been like, I'd love to see specifically Chase Todd and Randy Phillips just like stripped down to their essence, then this is the episode for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then Phil, with the tease, he's got an open up, he shows some skin, but he leaves some to the imagination.
It was a hot day.
Yes,
I was not wearing an undershirt.
It was a hot day, but the first day we filmed it was a cold day.
It was rainy.
Yeah, as fuck. It was freezing cold.
Yeah, so a little bit of best of both worlds, or I guess the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
One was freezing, the other one was scorching hot. There was no happy medium there.
Let's see here. I think before we get into our movies and stuff, I think it's time for a double back. We got to double back because, Philip, I'm not done talking about Jurassic Park.
Yes, I was going to say that this should be the first thing that we lead off with.
Is Jurassic Park?
Yeah. Just because, we ended the last episode with it, so now we get to...
Hear me now, auto chapters. This is us talking about how we didn't see Jurassic World Rebirth again.
Nope, still haven't got to see it.
Nope, still haven't seen that, so that's not what this is about. But in the time since our last episode, I did read the original Jurassic Park novel. because reading is fun, kids. So
Reading
get out
is
there
fun.
and read.
Do it.
I've probably talked about this on the show before. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I have. But, everybody's always like, oh, the book is always so much better, da-da-da-da-da. Well, I solved that problem for myself a long time ago by just watching the movie first. And then reading
I just feel like that's the best way to go about it.
It's just common sense at this point. It's just, that way you can enjoy both. And on the rare occasion, you can find out that there are some books that are not better than the movies. It happens. It really does. Few and far between. But anyways, all that to say, I really enjoyed my time at Jurassic Park. Oh. But I've probably tried to read that book a half a dozen times throughout my life, and I'd never get past the prologue because it's just so much science jargon. And it became a bit much sometimes. And you got it there?
Yeah, we're good.
Why would you? I was like, why wouldn't he just move the gloves? But
oh no,
I guess you wanted to hold the drink.
I did.
Yeah,
that was my whole thought process.
Gotcha.
But never made it past the prologues.
Never made it past the. It was too sciencey, but I finally got past it, and I kept on reading until I finished it, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
You did. You kept on messaging me through the reading process.
It's true. I'm a little bit into the Lost World at this point, but I enjoyed. For one, we kind of touched on this, but now I know for a fact almost this entire franchise has pulled from this one book, across the course of the whole franchise, all these little details. It could be a sentence, it could be a paragraph, it could be a little chapter that wasn't in there. Well, fuck it, they're going to put it in one of these other movies, and they did every time. Even the Dominion stuff with the cicadas or whatever they were.
Oh yeah.
Locusts, I guess.
Same difference.
Whatever. They're all the same. But
I guess those are different. They were locusts, but
come at us. Bug community. I can't even think of what they're called at the moment.
Freaks. Just
right.
kidding. Just kidding.
More gloves coming off. Okay. But God, now I'm scared. There was a version of that in the books where instead of locusts with crops, they were trying to eradicate rabies. So they unleash rabies on people without really telling them about it, and it was the same thing, just with a different thing. You know what I'm saying? And I texted you, and I was like, "It's exactly what the fuck we were talking about when people bitch about the locust thing in that last movie. What does this have to do with dinosaurs?" Well, it doesn't. It's genetics. It's the whole essence of Jurassic Park, and the book really makes it clear. It is very much about genetics and scientists not taking accountability and just and playing God and just doing shit that just because they could doesn't mean that they should.
Yeah.
And there were some fun moments. Everything plays out pretty differently. The same but different. Yeah. For sure. I told you one of the biggest things for me was they made a point to be oh, Alan Grant loves kids. And I was like, oh. I was like, that's a whole plot point. They switched the brother and sister in the movie.
Oh, was the brother the older one?
The brother was the older one, and the sister was the younger one. Their personalities were pretty much the same still, I think, more or less. I think when the sister was the younger one, she was a little bit more of a pest in the book, for sure. Yeah. But that was so interesting. They show up, and in the movie, he's all like, ugh, kids. And in the book, it literally says verbatim, Alan Grant loves kids. He's great with kids. He just has that fatherly instinct about him. Yeah. Meanwhile, there's no mention of any of Ian Malcolm's kids or any of that. So it's interesting. Never had any. John Hammond is even worse in the books than he is. He's insufferable in the books. He's just an asshole. Yeah. I got those vibes from even the first one, but I could see if you try to make him a little bit
a little bit more likable in the movies, I felt like.
For sure. He was a little jollier. He cared more about the kids. Not to say he didn't care about the kids in the book, but there was definitely, like, his priorities were a little fucked at times,
Yeah.
I'll say. Yeah. He definitely was making choices that I feel like compromised putting the children first, you know? Like, I feel like Samuel L. Jackson's character was, like, a big part of the book. I told you there was like 2 characters from the book that I feel like they just kind of smooshed into one. That guy who, like the lawyer guy that goes out with them that gets eaten by the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they just kind of smashed him into one character and sent him on his way. Which I get. Like reading the book, it's like, yeah, you could trim somebody out here.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. The ending was intense for sure. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Good.
I enjoyed it.
Never even tried to read the books.
Well, hey, it'd be worth it.
It would be.
It'd be worth it. It was definitely worth the read. And like I said, now I'm reading The Lost World. It's been interesting to see how different that is. And like we talked about, the beginning of the movie, The Lost World, is pretty much the beginning of the Jurassic Park book. Although, yes, that's what we did, because the book was way more fucking intense than the movie was, too.
Yeah,
it was way darker, because, in the movie, it does go down in the book where the little girl, like, goes and is attacked by the little, swarm of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But, like, that whole, like, opening chapter is about this, like, little problem that this community in Costa Rica is having, where a lot of, specifically babies, were being snatched up by these things because they're scavengers and they're not moving, so they're just like, oh, well, pluck, and, and so there's
That's
this...
an easy meal.
There was this part with, like, a nurse, and she works at this, like, I don't know, in the nursery, I guess. And she was supposed to be watching after this baby. And in all fairness, what was fucked up is she didn't tell anybody what happened. She lied about it. She's like, oh, the baby died of SIDS. But in the book, it's like, she suspected the baby was dead because of the way its face looked. And I'm just like, my God, these little dinosaurs ate a baby's face. No wonder Steven Spielberg was like, and that's gotta go. It's like,
I don't think the family's gonna want to see it.
Oh yeah, just the one thing, no babies getting their faces eaten off. If that's okay with everybody else here, and everybody said, that's fine.
There was just one guy like, no, you have to have it.
The author just goes, harumph. It was a little dark. But then, for the nurse to turn around and be like, ooh, yeah, died of SIDS, it's just like, what? Yeah, and they did a closed casket. They did it. Yeah. They did a closed casket. They didn't let the parents, like, see the baby and stuff. Like, it's pretty fudged up. All because the nurse was like, oh, I was supposed to be watching the baby. They're going to blame this on me.
What was she doing instead?
See, but that's just my thing. It's not like she was off doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing. She was just out of the room. Like, how? That's what I'm saying. Like, how the fuck would you...
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Know? How would you know there's little dinosaurs running around?
But I get it, though, I guess, to try to save her own skin, but it is kind of fucked up to just be like...
But that's also, like, an element of it is that even before Alan and Ian and Ellie all go to Jurassic Park, there are already dinosaurs getting off the island. Like, that's how this whole opening chapter goes down, is because there's been dinosaurs that have gotten off the island and made it back to the mainland.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's always kind of, like, been an issue. But then, like, they bring it to the attention, like, when they're going on their tour and stuff, and they're being shown, like, how all the programs and shit work. They have this computer program that counts all the dinosaurs. And it's like, okay, we're searching for this many, computer scans, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we found this many dinosaurs. Perfect. It matches our numbers. But then old Ian Malcolm being Ian Malcolm and constantly being like, but chaos, and then he really pushes. He's like, it's all going to fail because it's going to fail. Like, it's nature. Like, you can't control it. And he was right. And
never wrong.
They just, they do what they do in the movie, and they just insist, like, oh, well, they're all female. Like, there's no way that they could possibly breed. So then he goes, just humor me and search for, like, a higher number of dinosaurs. And so they put in the number, and then it starts finding more dinosaurs. And they're like, what the fuck? and it's just like, well, why wouldn't the computer have told us that? And then I think it's like Samuel L. Jackson's characters, like, because we never looked for that many. We just always assumed that they couldn't breed, so we never looked to see if there were any more.
It just looked for the number. We told it to
find us 132 dinosaurs, and it did. And it's like, okay, cool. And then they just kept upping the number and then there was like, there's a lot, bud. There's a lot. There's a lot of dinosaurs that have been born, specifically velociraptors. A lot of velociraptors. Which was crazy because, like, that's what's also interesting. Throughout the whole book, these velociraptors are loose on the island. Like,
oh, jeez.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. They, like, they kind of keep popping up here and there throughout, but then, like, at the end, they become a real problem. As you'd imagine, because there's just a bunch of fucking velociraptors out running around.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it sounds like a problem.
Sounds like a problem to me.
I guess, I mean, it would also, like, make more sense. Well, I mean, I don't know how all these dinosaurs are getting to the mainland.
Oh.
Anyways.
Well, I feel like they sort of explained it without explaining it, because so that was part of the ticking clock of all of this. So when they're on the tour, I want to say it's like shortly before like the T-Rex thing happens, because the storm's going or whatever, and they notice, like, because there's the ship that's going to leave that fucking what's his nuts needs to be on, who's taking the Barbasol can.
Dennis.
And the ship's getting ready to leave, and it's like, you know, brief in the movie where it's like, hey, we gotta get out of here, blah, 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 you know. And then, but in the book, what happens is, what's going on out there? That's not a train. It's a chainsaw wielding maniac comes in. It's not even October. Anyways, what the fuck?
The ships.
The ships. They're like, all right, well, we're out of here because of this storm. But Alan and some of the others like see animals get on board of that ship that weren't accounted for.
Right.
And I guess near the end, it kind of explains that, like, there were specifically velociraptors and shit that were, like, building nests in, like, these tunnels in Jurassic Park. And some of these tunnels led to the shore, like, to the shoreline. So they'd get down to the beach and then hop this boat, essentially. And then the boat would go to the mainland having no fucking idea that these dinosaurs were on their ship. And then they'd just hop off on the mainland.
Wild.
Yeah. So the whole book, like, you know, not only are they just trying to get back to, you know, to get back, but Alan's like trying to get back to warn this fucking ship not to dock.
Yeah.
And, oh man, by the skin of their teeth. Man, they cut that one pretty close. I'm almost surprised the guy even turned around. To be completely honest,
he's like at the port.
Oh, he was at the port, Philip.
Yeah.
Like I would have, I would have been like, okay, well, let me just dock real quick and get my bearings, and then we'll whip this bitch around. And they're like, no, don't do that. He's like, okay, if you say so.
Who the fuck
goes to call his crew, and nobody responds. It's because they're all fucking dead.
Oh, jeez.
Well, hey, you got a bunch of fucking dinosaurs
Velociraptors, yeah.
Velociraptors, or those little swarmy ones. Just as bad. You're taking a nap, you're done for.
Yeah. A hell of a way to wake up.
Right? You're going to be just like that baby.
Face missing.
Oh,
man.
It was a crazy time. I enjoyed it, though.
It was crazy. Yeah, it's different, too. Because, I mean, that would explain more, like, for, like, how, you know, like, Dominion was. Where it's like, okay, now these dinosaurs are living amongst us on the mainland. With it being, like, gradual, like, over the course of time, they're just slowly getting there more and more versus just, like, a group of them just getting out and then all of a sudden just fucking like rabbits and just multiplying all over the place, you know, so. But still, it's cool to, like, hear, like, the differences, you know, and stuff like that, just, like, choices that were made to be changed and whatnot, because it'd be interesting to think of, like, almost like an R-rated Jurassic Park, you know, where it's a lot more dark and, like,
I actually saw a thing not too long ago where James Cameron was interested in doing Jurassic Park, and after seeing it, because he lost it out to Steven Spielberg by like that much. And after seeing Jurassic Park, he's like, I'm glad Spielberg did it because mine would have been nowhere near as family friendly. He's like, I think he said it basically would have been aliens with dinosaurs. Like it would have gotten intense. It's just like, oh, interesting. Not opposed. Not opposed. But yeah,
that would definitely be interesting to see like a different version of like the same thing.
That's why I think, not even a Jurassic Park movie per se, but just to see an R-rated dinosaur movie that's like good and fun. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Starts writing. All right.
New idea.
So how do you want to proceed? Because I have about 28 short films that I watched, none of which I can talk about. So
okay, well, I almost didn't even need to mention that.
I just wanted to throw you for a loop.
I could talk about a movie that I felt like kind of, in its own ways, kind of like correlated with the whole Jurassic Park thing.
Oh, you could, but will you?
I can.
We'll do it then.
All right, because I watched Death of a Unicorn.
Oh, okay.
And I would say that was in like the same vein of like, because like Paul Rudd accidentally kills this unicorn,
right? And
he's like working for like this $1 billion family or whatever, and so they end up finding the unicorn and then realize that it has like healing properties because like the head of the family has like cancer, and so they figured out if you like shave like the unicorn's horn down or whatever and take like the powder like and like use it, like it completely cured him of his diseases. And so now all this family is seen as like dollar signs. So it's like, just people messing with things
that they shouldn't.
Jenna Ortega just the whole time just kept telling everyone how it was a bad idea. No one listened to her. And Paul Rudd was just kind of like this spineless dad, where he just he's always just like, oh, we need to do this, so like and then we're gonna be set. Like if we just do this job, then we won't have to worry about anything anymore. And so he, Jenna Ortega keeps being like, you're not listening to me. It's like, oh yeah, well, and then just like we just go right back to just doesn't listen and just like won't stick up for her. Kind of just lets this family kind of bully him around, and just like okay, and then had a change of heart towards the end.
I was going to ask, so does he have a redeeming moment?
Yeah,
at the end?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was about what you would. It's at least what I expected it to be. Okay. Like when I saw the trailers and stuff, it was pretty much about what I thought it was going to be, and it was just all right. It wasn't my favorite movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily bad. It's just definitely probably one of my least favorite Paul Rudd performances that I've seen in a while. Where I was just like, yeah, it was just all right. But still think Jenna Ortega is overrated. That hasn't changed. That was me doubling down on my hot take.
Oh, gotcha.
I still just think she's just okay. But yeah, so I mean, just about people messing with things that they shouldn't.
Makes sense. I did see it was on HBO Max, so I was planning on watching it at some point.
You still should. I'd be curious to hear. Curious to hear what you think about it.
Because I feel like that's the consensus I've heard, is it was just okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, wow.
Right.
You haven't seen Death of a Unicorn?
Right. I feel like you typically hear about it,
Yeah.
when it is something, at least from somebody. You know what I mean? Like, if there's something worth it, like, you're like, oh?
Yeah.
But, well, let me see here. Because I got a little bit of a batch that I could hit in one go. I guess movies that you've seen, other than Ironheart. I guess you haven't seen Ironheart yet.
No, I have not.
Well, Ironheart. I did some Ryan Coogler watching this couple of weeks. Ryan Coogler was a producer on Ironheart since he introduced her in Wakanda Forever and all that. Really enjoyed Riri Williams in Wakanda Forever. Was really looking forward to this show, and then it got pushed back a lot because of this, that, the other. I enjoyed it. It always just makes me sad to see people just who review bomb shit because it's led by a woman or a person of color. It's crazy. It's just fucking insanity to me. And I really dug it. I liked the cast. Ironheart was still cool. I liked some of the stuff that they did with her character. There was a payoff at the end of the season that some people have been waiting for since WandaVision, so that was pretty cool. I feel like it opened the door for some cool shit moving forward. The whole plot is kind of like science versus magic sort of thing. The Hood was a cool villain. I enjoyed that. It was cool. I enjoyed it.
I felt like the only thing I've really heard about Ironheart is I felt like it had mixed feelings about the ending. With the reveal, I don't know. The guy I talked to at work, he didn't say too much about it. He's like, yeah, that's kind of what I expected from what I heard.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it's going to be however long before that comes back around and stuff like that.
Well, that's what everybody keeps joking around about now. Is I can't wait to see that payoff in 7 years.
Yeah.
I just feel like a lot of people are just kind of being negative. But I don't know. You and I just feel like have not been as negative towards the whole Marvel situation as other people like to be.
No, I even defended Thunderbolts the other night.
But as you should.
I was talking with this guy. We were hanging out, whatever, and he was like, "Oh wow, well, Thunderbolts is just about depression." I'm like, "Okay, well," and I'm like,
"So is this movie and this movie?"
I was like, "I still enjoyed it." He was like, "It wasn't a good movie." I'm like. I was like, I didn't think it was bad. I said I was entertained. He was like, just because a movie's entertaining doesn't mean it's good. I said, well, when a movie is meant to entertain you and you're entertained, I feel like it met its goal. So I would go as far as to say, then,
the result is good.
Yeah, it wasn't the most groundbreaking movie ever made. No, but it wasn't meant to be either. They tackled a topic. I thought they did.
Now you're getting upset.
I'm sorry. It's already hot in here. I'm sweating.
And I not to throw Sheppy under the bus here, but he likes to do this as well. But I noticed that a lot of these people. That's why I'm just I just don't listen to this shit anymore on the internet because it's just such a group think at this point. Because anytime I hear people start complaining about Marvel movies, they all say the same thing, and not in the we all left the theater and felt the same way kind of way, but we've all been reading the headlines on the internet and we've decided this is how we feel too. Yeah, and it's just okay, I'm like, oh, that's weird to do, but people do it all the fucking time. They're like, yeah, but there's a and I'm like, so the fuck what? Right. Who cares, man? just finding things to bitch
what
about.
If we decide to flip the narrative and it's instead of leading with negative things, where we just started saying positive things, or we're all just going to start having more positive
that's
outlooks,
just it. Somebody starts talking positively about one of these Marvel movies, some critic or something, and then the whole comment section wants to blow up being like, oh, you're a Disney shill, you're blah, blah, blah. And it's
they're paying you to say this.
Yeah, and just shit like that, where it's just I can't stand the internet these days, bro. It's just such a conduit for negative energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've backed off of a lot of that shit specifically for that reason. And because of that, I've been big hype on Ironheart and Fantastic Four. Nobody can stop me. I've been loving it. And yeah, dude. There's a lot that we've enjoyed that people have pretty unanimously been like, "Fuck that movie." And are they the greatest movies on earth? No, by no means. But they're not that goddamn bad.
Right. I've seen some pretty bad movies, and I wouldn't even put. I don't think I would put any Marvel movie in the category of some of the worst things I've seen.
No, by no means. Even something like Eternals. Eternals is not my thing. It's
right.
it's probably my least favorite of the bunch, but like that's just my opinion. Like
Yeah.
yes, it's my least favorite, but by no means is it a bad movie per se. It is a technically beautiful film. Like I mean, it is done very well. Like so I would not call it a bad movie per se.
Like some people have their problems with like Captain Marvel, and stuff like that. Where I'm just like,
get over it, dog.
It's alright. It's whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like past the point of like this. I love talking movies, bud. I love talking movies.
This is why we have the podcast.
Even when we don't even when we don't like something, we just I don't know. We might crack our jokes or whatever, but we also don't like lose sleep over our hatred for some fucking film. Like you know what I mean? Like these days, I'm just like I'm over listening to grown men get upset about movies for kids. Basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure this is how people felt in 1999 when Phantom Menace came out. They're just like, well, my kid liked it. And they're like, but fuck Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. What about all the racial things?
Well, you're so stupid, so...
Oh, that's funny.
But, no, I enjoyed Ironheart. All that to say, I enjoyed Ironheart. It was nice to see a Chicago-based Marvel hero. That was fun.
You do enjoy your Chicago
I do.
things.
I love, just being a few hours away. Priyanka said some shit to me the other day about Chicago as opposed to our area, and I'm just like, do you know how much Chicago trickle down we get, Priyanka? I said we could be Chicago light if we wanted to. I was like, we get a lot of trickle down, but no, I enjoyed it. But yeah, then old Ryan Coogler watched the only two of his movies I hadn't seen, his first one and his last one. Fruitvale Station I watched for the first time.
It's a good movie.
I felt in my chest what Danny said when Fruitvale Station was brought up, and she just kind of let out more of a moan than anything. It's just that heavy feeling, and I'm just like, oh man, that movie made me heavy, bro. That was a heavy movie, and I went into it knowing it was heavy. But like, a few things I really enjoyed about it. The biggest one was like, I feel like movies like this, and it's like they even show you the real video at the beginning of the movie. That's how they start it. It's like, here's the video in real time of how it went down. And then once that situation comes up at the end of the movie, it goes down in real time. Like, it is not embellished. They don't like stick around. Like, it's just like it happens in real time and it keeps moving forward. And I really appreciated that they did that, because I feel like any other version of this movie would have embellished it, would have stayed in the trauma, whereas this movie really celebrated the life of this guy. Like what was his name, Oscar?
Right? I haven't seen that movie in like 10 years.
But yeah, dude, I just really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. It's just like, here's a day in the life of this dude and what tragically happened to him at the end of this day. And it made it hit that much harder, because you're like, is he perfect? No. But he's a dude. He's a human. Like, he's just a person. He's trying to do better. He's got a family, all this shit. And then just some racist fucks. Now, what really got me fired up, like, it definitely had, I mean, I was sobbing, for sure, at the end of this movie. And it just hit me so hard. For me, the tears started coming when once it, because I was keeping my shit together pretty good. But first, when the cop shoots him, my jaw fucking dropped. And I knew it was coming. It's not like it was a mystery to me. I knew it was going to happen.
Even if you played the clip in real time, it's still just as jarring.
The way he does it is so like, later on he's like, oh, I was going for my taser. It's like, fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Like, he's on his back. He is bound. He is not going anywhere. He's no threat to anybody. And he fucking pulls his gun out and shoots him in the back 2 times. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I was so audible in that moment. I was like up on the edge of the couch. I was like, what? I was like so enraged in that one moment of just like, what threat does this man pose to you that you felt the need to just all of the sudden pull your gun out and shoot this fucking kid?
Yeah.
Insane. Insanity. I'm so glad they didn't get off. I'm so glad that they got, but still, though, it was just hard. But it's like, I think it's like the second time they cut to Michael B. Jordan, and now he's got the blood coming out of his mouth, and he's just like, "You shot me." Oh man, I couldn't. There's not a dam large enough to stop the tears that came out of. I was just like, "Oh my god," and it just got me, dude. And then it just kept pounding it home, pounding it home. Oh, and then that ending where she's in the shower with her daughter, and fucking her daughter's like, "Where's Daddy?" And I'm just like, God damn it. And then it cuts to black. I'm going to cry right now. I'm just like,
it's rough.
Oh, that was so rough. Like such an intimate space to just like end it on. And it's just like, that was not an easy conversation. Like,
right.
And it's just like, oh my God.
How do you even have that conversation?
And it's no wonder that movie blew up the careers of Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Because
that was one that I feel like I kept bringing up to you.
Yeah.
Occasionally throughout the years. I'm like, yeah, man, you should check this movie out.
It's always been on my radar. It's been even worse. It's been on my shelf for like the better part of probably a decade at this point. Yeah.
Because I think I want to say I saw it. It probably had to been shortly after like it was made. I think it was on like Netflix or something like that. And I was like, oh, it's like I'll check this out. I'm just like, damn. Like it was just rough. One scene that always sticks out to me is when he just gave the weed away. Yeah. He was like, no, I'm done with it. So you don't at least want me to pay for it? He's like, no.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Burn one? All right, Oscar, I'm out of here. Bounces.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
It was good. It was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, I've been hearing nothing but good things since it came out all those years ago.
Yeah.
And made a star out of Michael B. Jordan and old Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, because I heard a story that Ryan Coogler wanted Michael B. Jordan for the role, and he just didn't know. Like he was like, he felt like Michael B. Jordan was too much of a star to even would want to even bother with it, and so like when he did reach out, Michael B. Jordan was like, "Thank you so much for this." Like, because I guess he wasn't getting a whole lot of like leading roles like at that time. Like he was like like in The Wire and stuff like that. But I feel like Fruitvale Station was really like the thing that like put him like
on the map.
You know, like this is a leading man. So. Yeah, it was just, it's crazy, like, how all it took was just, like, to reach out and him being like, well, of course, like, yeah. Now they've done, like, what, 3, 4, 5?
5 movies now, because they did Fruitvale, and then they did Creed, which also, Creed just continued that, fucking propulsion of Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler both. I mean, because then after that, they did Black Panther. And then, Michael B. Jordan would go on to do 2 more Creed movies and have his directorial debut there, and it kind of paved the way for all of that. And then they did Black Panther. They did Wakanda Forever. And then Sinners.
Yeah.
Sinners. So, unless you have anything else to add on Fruitvale.
No, I think that should be enough.
It was a good one. It was a beautiful, beautiful movie. Tragic.
Oh, yeah. Very sad.
But Sinners... So, best movie of the year, as people say.
Hey, that's what some people said.
Now, let me start with this. When it was over, I said to myself, I didn't just say it to myself, I said it to Belle, because she was also watching it with me. I go, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot, and it might be one of my favorites of the year. But do I think it's one of the best movies of the year? Well, no, I shouldn't even say that. I do think it's one of the best movies of the year, but I would not say it's the singular best movie of the year.
Yeah.
And part of my reason for that is, like, from a filmmaking standpoint, I was fucking blown away by this movie. Like, I told my cousin Jim recently, because we were talking Oscars, and I was like, I hope to see Sinners at the Oscars. Like, I feel like every year, these last few years, I have my one that I'm, like, rooting for in a specific category. And this year I'm rooting in a category I've never rooted for before in my life, which is best editing. And now I'm already upset if Sinners doesn't win best editing, because fuck, that was some good editing. As I sit here and edit my, shit myself, I'm just like, I was watching that movie. I'm like, wow. And just some of the editing choices that they made and how it all came together. I was just like, this is incredible. Like from a filmmaking standpoint, flawless. I mean, it's just the editing, the sound design, the period piece of it all, like the costume design, all that shit. Fantastic. When we talked about that Amy Winehouse movie, I love Jack O'Connell, and he played the bad guy, the vampire guy in this one. And he's such an underrated actor, but I loved him in this. He was a fun villain, I felt like. It was funny because around the ending, when the sun comes up and all the vampires burn up, Belle looks at me. She goes, I think this is the first time in my life I have ever watched like a genuine vampire movie that's like not Twilight.
Interesting.
And I was just like, that's so funny. Because for me, I learned something about myself watching this movie. I learned just kind of how when we were watching Werewolf, now this is going to be the year of the vampire, bud. We're going to have to do a vampire thing this October. But a thing that I really love about vampires, specifically, like in the rules of vampires, is the whole having to invite them in thing.
Yeah.
The whole movie, it's the thing that got me every time. Every time. From the moment he shows up that first time on the Klansman's doorstep, and the Indians were chasing him. He's like, you gotta let me in. And I'm like, don't you fucking let him in. I was like, don't you say it. And, of course they're like, yeah, come in. I'm like, oh, like, you idiots. And then, that becoming such a big part with like the little juke joint that they run.
Yeah.
And not inviting people. And I'm just like, good. And again, Belle didn't get any of that because she's never seen an authentic like vampire thing. I'm like, they stuck to the rules on this, and I really enjoyed that. I'm glad that they stuck with like a traditional vampire rule book for this. I love the don't let them in. The garlic worked. The fucking holy water worked. The stakes worked. Like the sun, burnt. I love that they stuck to the traditional playbook for sure. Michael B. Jordan, excellent.
Oh yeah,
excellent. I think I'd love to see him get nominated at the end of the year. Who knows what else will come out this year, but as that dual performance, I thought he did a very good job.
I did too. I definitely did enjoy the dual performance of it all, and just like, how it did feel like two characters were just like two like just different personalities, and how like they played off of each other and stuff like that. Just, smokestack.
Yeah.
I
would have been the guy in the theater going, I didn't know he had a twin. Is that Michael C. Jordan? What is that?
Oh, but yeah, that was definitely good. I did enjoy it. I think when someone asked me, it's like, well, what would you put it? I was like, I'd give it like 8.59, something like that. Yeah. They're like, okay, fair. I was like, I enjoyed it. I was like, I mean, I think it just too because of like all the hype, because there's people like we know who like saw it like saw it 4 times in the theater. And it's like swore like this was like the movie. So then like I felt like it was getting a lot of that kind of hype. So like when I saw it, I'm like, yes, I mean this is this is good, but I wasn't like,
I will say
I didn't leave the theater like, whoa.
Well, you saw it in theaters. I wish I had seen it in theaters because I can see where this movie got the industry as excited as it did, because I feel like it's been a while since we've had like a big original kind of movie like this with such a big butt, and just like I think that excited people. I think the craftsmanship of it all excited people. Even Tom Cruise was like, put me in the sequel. Right. Like, I'm trying to work with Ryan Coogler, like, and that motherfucker loves the movies, so you know what I mean. He probably saw it 5 times, but I enjoyed it. I could dig on that 8.5, 9. So the way the twins' personalities were, I had it flip flopped in my head going into it, just based off the posters and the trailers and stuff. I kind of thought that I can't think of which one was which. But I think Smoke was the one who was a little bit more serious, and Stack was the one that was into Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
So I definitely thought their personalities were going to be not necessarily flip flopped per se, but like I definitely thought the Smoke was going to be like a little bit more gentle, I suppose, and maybe not so fun loving as Stack, but like I thought Stack was going to be the problem child. I thought Stack was going to be the problem, always stirring shit up. But then Smoke's just out here shooting motherfuckers, you know?
Yes.
Oh, just on principle.
Yeah, he's a little bit more of a...
Yeah, he's a bit of a hard ass. He's
a
soldier.
Stack was the one that had to, like...
He was a lot more chill, yeah. And then I dug how... I liked, like, the ending, like, in the credits where Stack and Haley Steinfeld show up in the 90s to old dude, his cousin, what they call him, Preacher Boy.
Yeah.
Because he's all grown up. He's like a 9-year-old man now or some shit. And he's out there, he's playing the blues. He's on tour. He was played by a famous blues musician, Buddy Guy. Played him, and they just added like the scar on his face. And they come and visit him. And he's just like, I always wondered. You know, if did you stick around for this?
I did not.
I was by the look on your face, you left the theater.
No, because I did hear about it, but this fly's distracting me.
I knew to stick around just because I'd seen the image of Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld in like the 90s clothes.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, the ending of... I was like, oh, okay, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
but
I left as soon as the credits started rolling.
God, hated it. Surprised it even got an 8.59
out
of it.
Oh, God, and I hate it. I will say that the theater experience, I felt like, dampened it a little bit for me.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, a row of college girls behind me. Just like, just want to enjoy this movie.
Yeah, I like that. I like the way, like, you know, blues culture was kind of like...
Yeah, I definitely did enjoy, like, the aspect of, like, music kind of being the bridge between, like...
worlds or realms.
The supernatural and just everyday folk, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, I definitely wouldn't say it was, you know... Definitely not saying it's bad, but, yeah, just... It was really good. It was good.
It was good. All right, you got me. We got another Ford versus Ferrari.
I liked it. Oh, versus Ferrari. Is that it for your Cougar?
Hey, I think so.
Okay, well, since there's a fly buzzing around here, that's a great transition into my next movie, which was The Fly.
What? Honestly, you're like, the only movies I watched this week were the ones you gave me. I'm like, I have no idea what I gave you, but
that's so funny.
So it's fun to learn. Okay.
Yeah, so you gave me The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. I wanted to call him Ian, and I knew that wasn't his name. But yeah, no, it was interesting. I did enjoy it. I thought it was some pretty wild scenes.
For sure.
Because you've seen it before, right?
Yeah. It's been a couple years
Yeah. Now. So... I enjoyed like his personality as kind of just like this quirky dude, which makes sense for Jeff Goldblum to play.
Yeah.
You know, and then he has that reporter over there, like they're doing their thing. Obviously, he teleports himself because that's what he was inventing. He was going to change the world. And Fly was in there with them, and it crossed their genes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so he turns into a giant fly at a certain point. And it was like, it was pretty gnarly. One of the grossest things that happened was when the chick was having the nightmare because she gets pregnant or whatever.
Oh.
And so it's like she's going into the delivery or whatever, and she gives birth, and this giant larva comes out. I'm just like, she wakes up screaming. I'm like, yeah, that's a fucking nightmare for sure. Like, I could not imagine. Like, that'd be wild. But, you know, and then they try to save him. Doesn't work. And then they had to put him down.
Yeah.
Fucking, he spit the acid on the dude's hand or whatever and, like, melted his arm off. So that was wild. it was cool just to kind of see, like, you know, like at first when he was transitioning, it's like, oh, he's like, everyone should be a fly person.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I've never felt better. And then later he's like, please help me for the
Kill
love
me.
of God. Like, I don't want to die like this.
I don't want to be a fly person
And
no more.
then, because, yeah, gross. Like, his whole face was changing. He was all like, ugh. Like, ugh. Even back in, like, what, the 70s? Late 70s, right?
That was part of, because I watched that around the same time as, I think, American Werewolf in London and something else. And I'm just like, oh, yes, this was a time for practical effects, for sure.
Yeah. It was pretty wild. That was decent, though.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I remember enjoying that one. I'd have to. I think
bad.
I need to rewatch it. One of very very few David Cronenberg movies I've seen.
I'd have to look up a list to
Yeah, I don't even know if I've
tell
actually genuinely watched any other ones. That might be the only Cronenberg movie I've actually seen from start to finish, because he did that Cosmopolis, and I did not finish that one with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, where he was in the limo.
Yes.
Yeah, I got maybe about 10 minutes through,
And then
it was just like
the other movie I'm thinking of, I think is Sun directed. That Infinity Pool.
Oh yeah, never watched that one either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's pretty much The Fly.
Heck yeah.
I don't know if you want me to do another one. I guess I can just knock out the little trilogy that you gave me.
Go for it.
Because they're all fairly similar, I believe. The next one was Them.
Okay.
I watched that one. And it was alright. I wasn't like blown away. I was kind of a little bored of it, to be honest. I felt like when I watched it, I was like,
I agree.
it's okay. It's just these, you know, it was. I do like. I would agree with what you said. Like, it would definitely make for a fun video game.
I'm saying I was going to
Like,
bring
if
it up.
someone were to do that, like, yeah, that's cool. Like, this is a cool premise for like movie to game adaptation,
Yes,
for
100%.
sure. You know, but
Not a very
like,
interesting movie.
no, I mean, it's just, and it was. I felt like. Just kind of like in a way, just like uneventful. They know the answer there.
Yeah.
The soldiers go with the scientists, and they burn down the hives, and that was pretty much
Pretty much. Yeah.
You know, so there wasn't like anything that like really jumped out at me. So it was all right.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
And then, so I mean, not too much to add to them.
No, one of these days, if they don't do it, I'm gonna have to throw some Earth 2 and $7 at the Them video game.
You know, it would be a cool one to do.
I don't even care. I'll just just make it for us.
Yeah,
Or I'll just do what motherfuckers be doing, because I know those programs people just be making video games all the time.
It would. They honestly like that would be cool if we just like started adapting like certain different movies just into like a video game that's like the Earth 217 video game.
Video games, yeah.
You know,
This is our niche.
You know, so it's like I'm sure someone wants to play this.
Well, I didn't like other movie video games, so I had to make the ones I wanted. Reservoir Dogs, the video game, good stuff. I liked that.
Yeah,
Storytelling
never
is
finished
fun.
that one. I couldn't get past Mr. Brown bleeding out in the car.
Oh shit!
Because like the whole screen starts to get
Yeah.
dark and shit, and it's just it's too much for me. But then the last movie that I watched, one that you enjoy, is Crawl.
Crawl, I do enjoy.
I know
Crawl.
you do. Because you say you flip it like every
Jaws
other
and
summer.
Crawl, yeah.
I would say I'd probably, if I were to do that, I feel like I would almost watch The Shallows
I feel you.
instead of Crawl.
It's fair enough.
Just to keep it with the shark theme. Not to say that obviously it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting there to be as many alligators. I guess from like my interpretation of like what I knew from it, I was like, oh, it's just this one alligator
in a crawl space.
In a crawl space like that. But then no, it's like 4 different alligators at a certain point.
Oh yeah.
Will say luckiest girl alive.
100%.
Because
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like the movie's not littered with conveniences.
Not only did she survive one, Or 2, but 3 different fucking shark attacks with minor injuries, to say the least. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
When they did the alligator roll, I'm like, that bitch would have lost her fucking arm.
Yeah. She was resilient.
Yeah. But, okay, some people barely even got... But everyone else got the one attack, but they just toyed with
because
her.
she just kept coming. They said, how many times we got to teach you this lesson?
But no, I mean, there's obviously things that if I really wanted to be a dick, I could just
I personally,
pull apart
as much as I enjoy this, I'd give it a 7.5 because it's campy, and I know it. You know, it's not like this is not the movie for believability.
No,
let's face
no,
it. It's
just a fun time.
Yeah,
that's all it's meant to be.
One of my favorite things she does is the thing with the shower. Until it backfires on her, but still, it was fun to watch her do it. Where she's standing in the shower and the thing charges her, and then she jumps up over the top and closes the door on it. Yeah.
Train.
Oh.
Any train? Oh, there is a train in Sinners.
There sure was.
Yep. Cause
I think we double dipped on that train, but that's okay.
Did we?
Yeah, because the last time we talked about Sinners on the show.
Oh well. Hey.
But hey,
it happens. I can't think of any.
It's okay because I have a train after this.
Oh,
so.
Sweet. Just in case we need another one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. For someone who was mad at her father, she definitely went
Love that son
went
of a bitch.
above and beyond.
Yeah.
Because it's I almost felt like if I felt that mad at my parents and I went to the first house, I tried in plywood. But she even went back to the old house too. I'm like, damn, because even the sister that called her and told her to check, she's like, oh, don't worry about it, just get out there. There's a hurricane coming. She's like, no.
No, he's stubborn, and I'm also stubborn just like him. And I'm going to prove it to all of you. And does.
Wait, don't click. Don't say shit to me. But no, they did love each other, and she was an apex predator.
Which is
She was the swimmer.
That's another thing I love about the movie is the father-daughter relationship in the movie.
I thought you were mad at me. I am. But I still love you.
Yeah, there's a lot of good moments between their dynamic and like you're saying, if you're that mad, but I feel like as far as character work goes, there's a good character dynamic there. They definitely show a lot without telling you, basically. It's she's just like her dad. That's why they're so strained and they got their issues. But yeah, I fuck with it. I like it.
Definitely wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. That was the 3 that you gave me.
Well, alrighty. My next movie had a train in it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the OG Superman from 1978.
Nice.
Never seen it before. This was my first time. As you know, Belle's mom has been pushing me to watch it. She's like, well, you got to watch the Christopher Reeves ones. And I was like, tell you what, I'll watch them before I go see the new one. I got one down. I think that's good enough. I think I'll go see the new one now.
Alrighty.
I'll probably watch the other ones, but she asked me a few days after I saw it, she's like, so, what did you think? And I was like, it was okay. She's like, it was okay. I was just like, it was, though. It was. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it. I did.
Right.
But, it's also one of those, you got to put yourselves in the shoes of, okay, I'm a kid. It's 1978. I go to the movie theater. Holy shit, I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
Right.
So that's why they're like, you'll believe a man can fly. You will. He's flying. It's crazy. It's, there's some crazy shit that goes down. I expected it to be corny. I went into it with that expectation. It'll probably be a little cheesy, whatever. And I wasn't bothered by it except for whenever Gene Hackman was on the screen as Lex Luthor, because then it felt like I was watching 1960s Batman because it was just so goofy. And he even has a little henchman played by Ned Beatty, and he's just they just seem like cartoon characters, 100% like cartoon character villains doing cartoon character villain things, and it was just very weird. That's not the Lex Luthor I know, I guess. From all other media I've ever seen of Lex Luthor, it was never like this. And so that was very off, but probably my least favorite part of the whole movie. Loved Christopher Reeves as Superman. He was, there's a reason he's, the Superman for some people.
Right.
I think he embodies the character very well. He's definitely like he really hams up the Clark Kent dorkiness, I feel like.
Yeah.
I liked his relationship with Lois Lane in it. Some of the stuff, it's a little goofy, like, when the fault lines start cracking and the Earth's just like... But again, Belle's mom was like, when I was a kid, that scared the shit out of me. When I was just like, that could just happen. There could just be an earthquake and the Earth's just going to open up and swallow up my car. Like, what? Like, I can see where that could fuck somebody up,
Yeah.
Then they did some craziness there at the end, and I go, oh my God. I was like, I was not expecting this to happen. But then they did what most superhero movies do, and they just reversed it. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that explains a lot. That's
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way they're about to go that dark with this.
They
didn't.
They just fly around the Earth and spin
And he
it
did,
backwards.
and because Belle was like, I told her I'm not a big like Superman guy, but that doesn't mean I don't know shit about Superman. Like,
Right.
And so when he started doing it, I go, oh, are they doing this? And she's like, what? What do you think they're doing? He's like, well, he's obviously flying around the Earth so fast he's going to reverse time. And she's like, yeah, that is what he's doing. I was like, I know that's a thing that Superman has been known to do from time to time.
Yeah.
I said the Flash has also done it a time or two.
Do you know who else has done it?
Who?
The Powderpuff Girls.
Oh, good.
They did because they were racing and they spun the Earth forward.
That's right.
And then the devil villain took over the world.
Oh
yeah. It was that was one of the darker. I was like, oh my. But yeah, I remember hearing someone was making fun of that concept though. It's like, I'm pretty sure if you just spun the Earth backwards, it would just go into complete chaos. I don't think it would turn back time. It's like, that's not how time works, but...
What about all the time outside of the Earth? Whatever.
But I mean, it's a fucking goddamn comic. So, let him do what he wants. So I'd be interested to check it out. Just because, I feel like a lot more of, newer Superman stuff, whether that's, animated or, the live-action stuff. So, I would be curious to go back and see all the older ones. Because, there's been, 9 different Supermans or something, I think is what I saw online.
Actor-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they count a lot of them from the TV series, too.
Yeah, so...
In film, I think it's been 4 now, because you'd have Christopher Reeves and then Brandon Routh did it in Superman Returns back in 2006.
Yeah.
Then Henry Cavill for a while, and then new guy David Cornsweet, I think is his name. But Shep saw it. Shep saw the new one. He said it was pretty good. I expected Shep to like it, but
I heard. I feel like that's kind of the general consensus of what I heard. A buddy that I work with, we talk a lot of comics and Star Wars and stuff like that, and he was saying that he was real apprehensive going to see it. He didn't know how he was gonna feel about it. I think he kind of went in there a little weary, and so then when I saw him the next day, he's like, dude, Superman. He was like that. He's like that was good. He's like, that exceeded my expectations. I'm like, well, hey, good.
I've heard from most people, that it's the feeling that this movie left them with is just a feeling that a movie has not given them in a long time. And I've heard a lot of people say that. It really almost leaves you a bit changed, just wanting to be a bit better, a bit more like Superman, you know what I mean? And I'm just I love that. I love to hear
a lot more Superman shirts about to go on sale.
Oh yeah. We're back in we're back in the early 2000s. Let's bring back the Superman shirt.
We're about to be representing all that hope.
Oh yeah. Somebody's like, bring back the Superman shirt. Rips open his shirt. It never left.
I've been wearing this thing since 2000, motherfucker. But yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed the old school Superman. Glad he was able to turn back time and
reverse whatever dark deed was done.
Yeah.
Which, is, in my opinion, a villain that goofy should not be allowed to do anything that dark. That should just be a rule of thumb.
Oh, that's just Lex Luthor, though.
He ain't that fucking goofy. You know, sometimes he's downright.
Well, no, he's not goofy. Dark.
Oh, he is dark, but like you're just gonna be dark now, like you weren't dark earlier. And honestly, I don't even think he should get credit. It just happened to be a byproduct of the shit he already started. Like he didn't really
do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't get the credit, I guess. So I got 5 left.
As you noticed, the audience does not, that I did not bring my list, so I'm going off the top of my head. Let's see, I think I have 3 left.
Oh, 3 left. Okay, well then, I guess I'll just bust this one out real quick, just because we're not really going to be able to talk about it. But I went and saw The Fantastic Four, First Steps, which I know you will watch by the next time we do an episode. So yeah. I think we can save the bulk of the conversation for next time. But as you know, I've been getting hype. Yeah. I love me the Fantastic Four. And I really love this fucking Fantastic Four movie. It really was. And
really love?
Oh, I really loved it. I really loved it. As far as Fantastic Four goes, I feel like they really finally nailed it.
Did they finally give you the Fantastic Four movie that you've been wanting?
Similar to your buddy, I was apprehensive. You know, yeah. I was apprehensive, and I feel like I've been excited just on principle of being a Fantastic Four fan. Right. But every step of the way, I've had my questions.
All those first steps?
All those first steps I took to get to this point. I had my reservations because, like, okay, they're going to set it in like a 1960s kind of thing. Okay, like that could be cool, but I don't know how that's going to be. Like, I don't know how... Like, okay, they announced the cast. I'm like, okay, like, that's good, but, like, I don't know. I got some reservations on the cast a little bit. All of it was perfect. All of it was, as I'm watching it, I'm like, now this is the Fantastic Four. I loved it. And I too will repeat something I've heard on the internet a billion times because I agree with it. It's fucking, I don't know, my mind just took a detour. I started thinking of that scene in Tenacious D where the fucking announcer is like, the next band did not ask me to read this, but god damn it, I'm going to say it anyways because it's the truth. I agree with everybody on, like, since it's set in a different universe, it was easier to get excited. Like, it was easier to, like, you know, feel the stakes. Right. You know, like, because you're, like, Iron Man isn't going to fucking swoop in or whoever. Well, he ain't swooping in nowhere. But, ooh, too soon. I don't know. But, fucking, woo! Yeah, man, it definitely, like, had me on the edge of my seat a little bit. And as the marketing kind of kept going for this movie, and they started kind of peeling back the mystery a little bit, and I was like, oh my God, is that what this movie is going to be about? And I was like, that's a little dark. And yeah, man, it was, I don't know. It was a nice bit. I don't know. I felt like Shep was a bit of a grump, but like, cause he still hasn't seen Thunderbolts either. But I was like, I mean, just between Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, if we can keep this up, we're back. We're back, baby. Not that I think we ever left, but as far as like the general consensus, like I feel like these last 2 movies have been pretty solid. Like I feel like this is what gives me like the feeling that Marvel used to. I'm just like, yes, I like this. Yeah, dude, I can't wait to talk about it more. Oh yeah, but because Belle's gonna go see it, there have been so many times where I've almost slipped up and like said specific things, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta wait. I have to wait.
Well, you only have to wait a couple days.
And I'm glad you guys, even though you're pulling a late night, I'm glad you guys are gonna go see it in IMAX because it's worth it. 100%. Yeah, I'd almost go as far to say I almost wished I had seen it in IMAX 3D.
Yeah, because like when Belle was like, oh, well, you know, like, here's the times, and, like, this, I was like, well, I prefer to see it in IMAX. If I'm going to see it, I'm going to want to, like...
Well, here's the thing. We could go watch a movie.
Or we could be a part of
one. Or we could be a part of one.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. Can't wait to see it. Was a little bummed I couldn't go see it with you and Shep.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that, I didn't get paid till the next day. Didn't have the funds to
Admittedly,
see it.
it was one of those movies where I don't think I could have been stopped. Like, I think there's not a person on this planet that could have been like, don't go see that without me. I was going. I was too excited.
Yeah.
I
wasn't even mad.
I was the Human Torch jetting towards that theater.
Yeah.
I could not wait. We had to film that day, and I ended up telling Shep, I'm like, I'm real glad we did this earlier before we had to film everything, because if I had to film all day thinking about how we were going to go see this movie later in the evening, I would not have been able to focus. I just would have been like, are we done so we can go see Fantastic
all right,
Four?
one takes everyone.
Pretty much. I knew we had like a few things to shoot, and I'm just like, I ain't trying to rush, like, because I'll cut this shit off at the knees. We're catching this 7:30. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Well, why don't you go ahead? Because two of my four kind of go together. So.
All right, so you just want to do just one?
Yeah, and then we'll bounce.
Okay, so the next one that I watched was Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Haven't seen that one in a long time.
Same. I have not watched that movie since I was a kid.
Same.
Still laughed.
Still
funny. Well, and part of I think the reason why I wanted to watch it again is because like they announced that they were making the second one and stuff like that, and so I was like, big Star Wars fan. So I was like, let me just go back and I've watched Spaceballs probably about maybe like 5 or 6 times. I used to watch it a lot more as a kid.
I've only ever seen it once.
I just ate that shit up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so funny. And so then, like, rewatching it again, the whole time I'm just laughing, like, so stupid. Just, like, because I do have, like, I typically have an issue with, like, stupid humor.
Right.
But there's, like...
There's something about...
There's, like, a fine line between, like... doing things stupidly and then just like completely over the top, like stupid, or so. Even
there's like a clever version of stupid.
Yeah, even like with like the Monty Python and stuff like that.
You can do stupid jokes in a way that's still clever.
There's stuff like there are things where it's like, yes, I can get behind like stupid humor, but there's some things where I'm just like, this is just dumb, So, but I still laughed, still enjoyed it. With it being so long, I'm just like, gosh, like this is.
And you said you've never seen Blazing Saddles?
No, never seen it.
That one might be. I mean, there are a lot that I haven't seen. But that one, of the Mel Brooks movies I've seen, might be my one of choice. It is
a lot
funny.
of people like it.
It is some funny shit. But, it's been a long time since I've seen Spaceballs. I've never seen Young Frankenstein.
Neither have I.
But I hear, they're all classics. Yeah, dude, it's been a long time since I've seen Spaceballs.
Yeah, I would have had to been like, I don't think I was like a
predates teenager. Our friendship.
Yeah. So my favorite gag, and it's still held up to this day, is when they're like going to like they're trying to figure out like what to do, and they're like, oh, put in like the Spaceballs VHS or whatever, so they pop it in and then try to fast forward to see what's gonna happen, but then it just cuts to like real time. And I'm like, oh, it's just so funny. I'm like, such a dumb joke, but so funny. Classic. Then you have Pizza the Hut.
Yes.
Yeah, that grossed me out.
I saw a thing recently where George Lucas was like, I'm cool with you doing this, but the main character, I don't know what it is, the Han Solo character in Spaceballs, he's like, he can't dress like Han Solo, like he can't look like Han Solo. That was like George Lucas's rule, and he's like, oh, okay, so they dressed him up as Indiana Jones instead. Yeah,
that's funny. That is funny. But yeah, there's definitely some bits in there that were funny. I mean, it was a good time. Definitely, I would at least, if you're gonna see the second one, at least rewatch it before the second one.
I don't know if you saw this little marketing thing that the Naked Gun dropped
No.
The PSA about saving comedy.
I have not.
It's Liam Neeson. It's like one of those, like, feed the children kind of commercials.
Yeah.
And it's just playing clips from a bunch of Paramount comedies like Anchorman and Nacho Libre and just like the Hot Rod, like all these like classic Paramount comedies. And it's like,
said you look shitty.
And Liam Neeson's just like, every year there are fewer and fewer comedies in theaters, and it's just like, for the price of admission, you could save comedy. And I didn't go to the website, but they've got a savecomedy.org and stuff.
That's funny.
And early reviews have been good. I'm ready to go see a comedy. I saw an article where it's like, forget Superman and Fantastic Four. The most important movie of the summer is The Naked Gun.
Trying to save comedy out
Pretty
here.
much, because it's been a thing for a while now, at least the last 5 years for sure, where there just like have not been like mid to big budget comedies that come to theaters anymore. Like a lot of that goes to streaming these days.
Yeah.
And there's just not as many of them as there used to be. I think people got a little nervous with comedy there for a minute.
People there was that that time, and I guess we're still kind of in a little bit where people were like, comedy's dead.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think Phil, we're teetering on the edge of a renaissance led by the guys over at Paramount. Because I think between all this shit that's going on with Colbert and South Park, and the gloves are off, bud. The gloves are off. Comedy is about to come back in a big way, I think, that we need. It's a nice shot in the arm. Like, the funniest thing about all that was the White House's response about how this show hasn't been relevant in 20 years.
Yeah. I got a real kick out of that.
Yet the statistics for how much time that show is watched per year is insane. It's insane. I actually, because it was that Comic-Con panel, and they were introducing everybody, and it's like, oh yeah, this show has been viewed like a billion, minutes or whatever, hours or whatever the fuck he said. And I chuckled to myself, and I was like, 60 of that is Philip.
I would say more than that at this point. I'd probably put...
Oh, I meant the 60 billion.
Oh, the 60 billion? I thought you just meant like 60 hours. I'm like, no.
No.
I'm willing to hundreds of hours worth of South Park being played at my house. More easily. But yeah, I definitely am ready to, start getting... for comedy to start coming back a little bit. I mean, because there have been things that, like,
are funny.
I found funny.
Like Deadpool and Wolverine. Like,
yeah.
Funny, not a comedy.
No Hard Feelings.
Right.
I'd say is probably my favorite comedy of whatever, 3 years ago? Yeah. Hilarious. Watched it like 3 times.
It was fun.
I cracked the fuck up.
One of the few that have been released.
It was so, my dad couldn't quit laughing.
It was pretty funny.
He laughed so hard it made my mom have to go upstairs. She's like, I can't watch this.
I can't handle all this joy.
And Dad just like tears running down his face, laughing so hard.
It's so funny.
He loved it.
All this is a great segue into my next one.
Nice.
I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit here. Because I watched a couple of movies back to back, Happy Gilmore and Happy Gilmore 2.
I've been wanting to see Happy Gilmore 2.
And let me tell you, going back and rewatching the first Happy Gilmore, I feel the same way that what you just said about Spaceballs. It still hit.
It's a classic.
My God, dude! I don't think I've seen Happy Gilmore since you and I were like in high school, probably.
Oh, damn.
That is probably the last time I like genuinely watched Happy Gilmore. Because then, like, past that, I mean, I've seen Billy Madison a few times since, but Billy Madison's usually my go-to.
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore,
so
dude.
funny.
Because what got me, I mean, I was going to watch it regardless, but I laughed at the same joke, I think 5 times within the span of like 4 hours.
That's so
because
funny.
The preview on Netflix for it is when the movers are taking stuff out, and he hits the golf ball and he hits the dude down the street, but then his wife comes out to check on him, and she oh my God, dude, I laughed. So I'm laughing right now. I laughed so hard when I saw it, and then Charlie was sitting there, and he goes, again. I go, again? Yes, please. So I played it a second time, laughed again, like I didn't just watch the bit. And then we started the movie. We watched it. We get to that scene. I laughed a third time. It's just as funny. And then we watched Happy Gilmore 2, and they like flash back to the joke, and I laughed again. Like, it got me funny every single time. It was so fucking funny. But yeah, we ended up watching them like back to back. Like Happy Gilmore ended and was like, up next, Happy Gilmore 2. Click, we started playing.
Yes, please.
And so I will say this for anybody wondering, you don't have to rewatch Happy Gilmore because they do a lot of like flashing back to the original movie to catch you up on what you need to be caught up on for whatever moment it is.
Right.
There are a few things where it's like, yeah, if you watch the movie, then watch this, you'll catch up. Like, it's kind of like when we went and saw Dumb and Dumber 2. And we had just watched Dumb and Dumber, and we picked up on like a lot of like little references that we would not have picked up on had we not watched them back to back. Yeah, dude, Happy Gilmore still slaps, dude. It's fucking hilarious. It had me in stitches from start to finish, and I'm like, this movie holds up so well.
One line that me and my sister just loved was Ben Stiller when he's talking to his grandma. He's like, "Can I get a warm glass of milk?" He's like, "You have a warm glass of shut the hell up." Grandma. He's like, "You will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep." I love
Subway is doing a promotion right now for $1 extra. You can get a Happy Gilmore cup. So we did, and we got the one with Ben Stiller on it.
That's so funny.
Once we watched these movies, I found it that much fun. I was glad we got the cup, because in the first one, Subway was like a big thing.
Yeah,
because it does the Subway commercial and all that stuff. And so
that's a hole in one.
that commercial cracked me up too when he hits the fucking sandwich into the dude's mouth.
Yeah,
love it. I think it's hysterical. From start to finish, I was just laughing my ass off watching this movie.
I'll never not hear "Tuesday's Gone" and think of
anything else. That's so funny.
Happy Gilmore. Killed his dad. So funny.
That's actually, I'm not gonna lie, I blanked on that because there's a bit of a spoiler for Happy Gilmore 2, but it happens within the first literal 3 minutes of the movie. I did not see it coming because of the way the trailer made it seem, because they brought back his wife or whatever, because he does basically the same thing he does in the first movie where he's like, my name is Happy Gilmore, and, blah, 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 and he's playing the clips, but now they're playing a little bit more stuff in the time between, and he basically does the same thing to his wife that he did to his dad.
Right, well, he didn't do it to his dad. It was just a rogue hockey puck that killed his dad. But...
well, then this time it was him.
Yeah, this is funny though.
Because it's I heard one reviewer talking about this feels like the only way you could have possibly done a Happy Gilmore. You couldn't have done it any sooner. You had to give it time. And then you had to take everything away from this man.
Yeah.
And they just definitely, it was dark for sure. I was like, oh my God. They just, nerfed his wife, instantly. And, but, I mean, she's in it throughout the movie and stuff. But that kind of sets up, okay, now he's got these, 5 kids. He's got 4 sons and a daughter. And the sons cracked me up in the trailer. They cracked me up in the movie. Because they're all so much like him. To the point where they even, flash to, oh yeah, so-and-so works at such and such place. And he's doing the thing where he pretends like he has a dick. And he's he's and so-and-so works at such and such. And he's doing the same thing. And it just kind of keeps going. I was like, that's hilarious. Yeah. Probably one of my favorite running gags in the whole movie is, so Happy has a drinking problem after what happened with his wife.
Makes sense.
And he's quit
golfing.
You'll be happy to know Margaret Qualley shows up.
I'm ecstatic. That would have been a nice surprise.
It was fun. I knew she was going to be in it just because I heard her say that in a talk show a long time ago.
I did not hear
her husband brought it up, and she's like, yes, I want to be in Happy Gilmore too. The fuck? But...
what you mean?
There's this running gag through the whole thing where, at first, he, pulls out, a flask, and hits it. But then, he's working his job at the grocery store and he's stocking cucumbers. But then he pulls up a cucumber and takes the cap off, and it's actually a hidden flask. And this joke goes for a while. It goes for at least half the movie. Before he finally quits the habit. Like he fucking just everything is a fucking flask.
That is funny.
And it's so goddamn funny. It got me every time. And then kind of the villain of the movie is played by one of the brothers that directed Uncut Gems, which I thought was funny.
That is funny.
And a little running joke they do with him is that his breath is so bad it smells like a fart. And there's a joke that like I realized after the fact. Like I'm like, why did they say that? But then after the fact, I'm like, oh, that's fucking hilarious because he fucking he's like, yeah, this dude called and he said something about this, and then he farted into the phone. He goes, I don't know what that was about. But I don't know. I've already seen the haters out there being like, oh, well, it's just this, and this. And to that I say, well, yeah, duh. What did you expect it to be? It's Happy Gilmore 2. Like, if you're going to do a sequel to something like this, it's probably going to be nostalgia. Like, you know, it's a nostalgia, celebrity cameos, like people getting shitty with like Adam Sandler about, oh, he just puts his whole family in the movie. It's just like, who cares, man? You know, who cares? Like, literally. Who gives a shit? If this is what he wants to do, let him do it. And they had nice little tributes to like everybody who'd passed since the first one.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It's pretty much exactly what you think it's going to be. You know?
Yeah, and I'm excited for it.
Really enjoyed Bad Bunny in this as his caddy.
Oh yeah,
fucking hilarious, dude. He has some fantastic moments. He cracks me up.
I'm definitely curious to see Eminem's cameo.
Honestly, I would probably say one of my most disappointing moments.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I felt like it really got hyped up a little bit. I felt like Adam Sandler was really like, oh, yeah, Eminem. And I'm just like, cool. He's like, yeah, we got hours of footage of Eminem just like riffing. I'm like, well, you couldn't have been bothered to put a minute or two of that back in the movie. Like,
yeah.
I feel like it happens so quick. If somebody's like, oh, yeah, and Eminem was in that, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I guess he was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, I guess, because that's, like, the main thing, like, I keep seeing, like, on Facebook is everyone just keeps talking about Eminem being in Happy Gilmore, too. So it's like, well, it's not like it's the first time that they've ever worked together.
Right,
like,
and that's what Adam Sandler was saying in that interview. Is like, we've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? I always think, more times than not, one of the first things that comes to mind for me when people bring up Eminem in a movie aspect is funny people.
Yeah.
Like, almost every time. Like,
the fuck you looking at?
I guess everybody doesn't love Raymond, you know?
Oh.
Because I'm sure that also led to him being in the interview.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gay.
I'm gay. Yeah, I mean, I said it pretty clearly.
Yeah. Have you not been listening to my music?
That's funny.
But yeah, I saw people bitching about the celebrity cameos, and I'm like, who cares?
People,
like, because you
people
can tell,
love Happy Gilmore, so why would they not want
you can literally tell that that's what this was. It wasn't like, you know, sometimes you watch movies where they really like shoehorn in like celebrity cameos, but this was a bunch of celebrities playing such bit parts that like clearly they were like, I get to be in Happy Gilmore too.
Right.
Like they grew up with
probably
Happy Gilmore.
asked him to be in the movie.
Like more. Travis Kelce, clearly it was just like, fuck yeah, I want to be in Happy Gilmore too. You know, like I'm sure there was a lot of that. Like,
yeah.
No, I enjoyed it.
So definitely cool. So should I go on? Yeah. So you have two more?
I got two more.
And I have two more.
Oh.
All right, is yours a set?
No.
You want to see like a 1-for-1?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so the next one I watched that you also have seen is Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah, it's been a long time. That goes even farther back than Spaceballs. I have not seen Kiki's Delivery Service since I was a little kid.
First time ever watching it.
It is one. It was like the only Ghibli movie that like I watched pretty consistently as a kid.
I definitely enjoyed it. I liked it. I had some fun with it.
Where would you put it with the ones you've seen so far?
Ooh. I might put it second.
Oh, to what?
Spirited Away.
Yeah, I don't even know why I asked.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's like a close second too, though. But yeah, no, it was just like fun. I enjoyed Gigi.
The cat.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sad when she started to have her self doubt because then Gigi just didn't talk anymore, and then he was just like a regular cat. Once he finally won the other cat over from across the way, that was pretty much the end of Gigi for me. I'm just like, damn, it kind of sucks, but it was enjoyable. I got a real big kick for whatever reason when old boy is like. The blimp crashes or whatever, and he's like hanging from the building, and so Kiki has to go save him, and she like borrows someone's broom, but it's like not made. It's not like a broom made for flying, so it just keeps like jerking her around while she's trying to fly it. Like, I got a kick out of that for some reason. She helped that grandmother bake the pie or the cake or whatever for her granddaughter, and as soon as she delivered it, the granddaughter was just being a real bitch about it. That really got I got worked up about that. She's like, I don't know why she made this for me. I didn't even ask her to. And I was like, I just watched this old lady slave and put so much love and care into making this to give it to you on your birthday, and you're just like, whatever. I'm just like, you ungrateful bitch.
Eat the pie.
Ate it all in one bite. A little fucking SpongeBob reference. But no, so it was just like, it was good. I enjoyed it. I had fun. She, rediscovered herself.
She sure did.
And, it was sweet. I enjoyed it. It was a nice movie.
A movie I watched that was not so sweet.
Uh-oh.
I enjoyed it. I will say I enjoyed the movie, but the subject matter made it a bit hard to watch a little bit. It was called I Love You Forever. It's on HBO Max, old Max original for you. It was interesting to me because like when the movie started, I was like, okay, there's a lot of humor for this because we watched the trailer beforehand, and I even told Belle, I said, I almost wish I didn't watch the trailer before this because I feel like we would have gone on a fucking ride finding out what this movie was about as it unfolded, because it starts like so lighthearted, and it even made me start to be like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this movie because I know it's going in such a serious direction because it's about a toxic relationship.
Right.
And I know it's going to go like a little darker, but like the humor feels like just not the right thing for something so serious. But then as it went on, because a lot of the humor is like amongst the main character and like her friends and stuff. Yeah. And like there are these like goofy kind of moments between them and stuff. And the friends are hilarious. I mean, they got a lot of really funny moments. And then she gets into this relationship with a guy played by Ray Nicholson, who's having a moment right now. Old Jack Nicholson's son. Yeah. And I even told Belle, I said, here's my problem with Ray Nicholson out the gate, is he's been in all this shit within a short period of time. Every one of them, a psycho. He plays a complete and total psycho for the most part.
It's like, oh, you're Jack Nicholson's son? Well, then you're going to be a psycho.
Or at least psycho adjacent. You know? Right. It's just like, and because of that, like, they're trying to sell me on him being like a romantic lead, and I just can't do it. He has a serial killer face. Like, there's just nothing you can do about it. It's something about his eyes and the way they're set back. Like, it's very predatory, and he might be a really nice guy, but like because of the combination of like the dark shadowy eyes and like just almost constantly looking like Jack Nicholson from The Shining, but also playing all these psychos, I'm like, I don't buy it. Not for a second. I'm skeezed out by this guy. I would not approach him. But anyway, so they start to fall in love. And it becomes one of those things where, like, things are okay for a minute, but then shit takes, like, a hard turn. As, like, I don't know, it was one of those things where, like, she was at work or in class or something, and he just, like, blows her phone up and is like, call me back. It's an emergency. And then she's finally like, oh my god, like, what's going on? Like, I saw your message, and he's just like, why didn't you answer my call? And it's like, well, I was in class, and it's like, what's going on? And he's like, well, where were you? She's like, what's going on? What's the emergency? He's like, I couldn't get a hold of you. And dude, this whole movie, the humor was a fucking, I don't know. It was almost a misdirect. It was almost like I took the bait like a fish, and it reeled me in, because then I feel like the humor really adds to the realism of this whole movie. Like, the movie is almost too realistic for me. It was my whole thing as it went on. I'm like, this shit is disturbing, because I've watched this happen in real life. I've been a part of this in real life. You know what I mean? Like, I've either been on one end or the other of it, where it's like, and it was fucking disturbing. You're watching this whole time. You're like, dude, this guy needs to get help. Like, this guy needs to get help, because like, it's just, oh man, it was so sad, because like, you see this happen all the time, and it's like you almost see the girl who has all that humor at the beginning of the movie. It's almost like a way to set you up to be like, oh my God, she's losing herself. You know, she's becoming this other person to appease this other person who's just like, I'd kill myself if you weren't around, like, you know, and all that kind of shit. And it's just like, oh, you must hate me. And like, I get what Belle was saying, where it does come on a little fast, but it's a short movie. It's an hour and a half. They kind of got to keep things zippy. But honestly, I told her, I said, my thing is, one, it really is like that. People like this just can turn on a dime, and then it's like, you didn't know? Well, now you know. Like, they're actually like super psycho obsessive, have seriously bad attachment issues, and just become these toxic people. And she's just like trapped in it. And the movie just keeps getting worse. And it kind of does that thing where it shows how people like this, like why these relationships last as long as they do. Because it shows the good moments too. Yeah. You know, it shows all these times where it's like, you know, it's like, oh, well, he's not hitting me, and he's not doing this. And, you know, it's like, yeah, he goes a little cuckoo bananas, and he's incredibly possessive to a psychopathic degree. Right. But like, it gets crazy, dude. It gets crazy. And then what's even wilder is like near the end, the way he just kind of drops her and moves on in a way. And it's just like, I feel like the ending did a really good job, again, of like how realistic something like this is, where it's like this wrecking ball of a situation, this whole lot of trauma can just like blow through your life like a fucking hurricane for like over a year, and then just be done. And it's like, it's all just over.
Yeah, now you have to send the wake up.
And it's like, but life also kind of moves on. Like, you know, it almost is like one of those things where it's like, if you had done something differently, you could have just gotten out of this. You know, if you had just put your foot down in the first place, like maybe, just maybe, this would have ended sooner, you know, but instead, like, you get manipulated, you know, you fall for it. You do feel bad for the other party. And yeah, dude, it was a lot. It was a lot. That was a movie that made me feel a little heavy too. But the humor helped. It ended up being like a good thing for the movie, because there is like that realism of like, all of this shit is happening to her, but then when she's around her friends and like these more comedic moments are happening, it's like, well, yeah, because that's what it's like. Like, you know, you could be going through this thing personally and they have no idea. They might see some things, right? And, which happens in this movie. They see some things. They're like, hey, everything good? You know, sort of thing. And they only pry so much because they know there's only so much they can do. Right. But otherwise, they're still going about their day to day. They're still yucking it up, having laughs, you know, and just kind of doing their thing. And I really enjoyed it. It was intense, though. It was a lot.
It was a lot. That would be a lot to,
I'm sure,
to digest.
Just because it is, I don't know. I think it was something that, like, had we not come across it to watch, like, I could see where this is a bit of an underrated flick moving forward. Because it only just came out, but I could see where on, like, streaming, it's just one of those movies that's just, like, easy to pass up, you know?
Just
you're like, oh, it's just this.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to keep it on my radar then. I might have to check it out.
Yeah.
I guess I will backtrack a little bit.
Oh.
One thing I will say about Death of a Unicorn, it was listed as a horror comedy, and I just didn't find it very funny. Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It was like a lot of like just like subtle humor, and I just like, I can see like where this was supposed to be funny. It just didn't really land for me. Yeah. But no, that's all I had to say about that. And then the last movie that I watched that I don't really have a whole lot to say about is Locked In.
Okay.
With,
Or locked, actually.
Locked,
Yeah.
whatever. Same
But
difference.
hey, I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
For the people at home.
For the people at home, Locked with Bill Skarsgård and...
They're going to find some movie called Locked In and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is phenomenal.
Yeah. No, with Bill Skarsgård and Anthony Hopkins. And all those, like this dude who had to, like, get into a car. Like, he had to, like, steal a car for whatever situation he was in. Owed someone money or some shit like that. And then, got into this car, and then Anthony Hopkins pretty much had it booby-trapped. And then that was...
The movie.
Pretty much the movie was, like, him just kind of, like, psychologically, like, fucking terrorizing this dude. Along with some physical things. It's like he had like his seats tased and stuff like that. I mean, it's just pretty much what you would expect, I feel like, out of a movie.
Well, from like everything you just described was in the trailer, so it's just like even watching the trailer, I was like, I bet it's one of those things where like he's down on his luck, he's got to steal the car for whatever reason. And it's like maybe he's not as bad of a guy, maybe he is, maybe and like I just kind of saw where that whole movie was going from the trailer, but it also looks like one of those movies that I'm going to watch, and it's going to be exactly what I expected.
Yeah, that's pretty much... Because I didn't know anything about it, and as soon as like they kind of described it to me, I was like, no, this makes sense. Like, something happens about halfway through. I was like, I'm sure the movie's about halfway over, and we checked the time, and it was like literally halfway into the movie. I was like, that completely tracks for what I'm anticipating to be going on. So, it's just one of those movies. It wasn't like... I mean, Bill Skarsgård didn't do bad. You know, it's not like he did a bad job acting. It was just like a whatever kind of movie.
It looked a bit like a paycheck movie.
Yeah.
Sounded interesting enough, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like I guess, an interesting concept. But at the same time, it's like, what more would you expect out of... Being
locked in a car for an hour and a half?
You know, so...
Right.
So...
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was... I'm not. It wasn't like the worst movie ever, but
I feel like it's one of those things. It's kind of funny because we might fall under this category sooner rather than later. But I feel like the movie set in a car, like subgenre, it's as if people will not stop trying until somebody cracks it. Like, it's like, no, this is the movie that's just set in a car. Like,
So, I mean.
For me, it'd probably be Cujo. Although not all the action takes place in the car necessarily, but it is a trapped in a car movie. Yeah,
well, I mean, that's like more towards like the latter half of the movie, though, isn't it?
Cujo? No, that's like the whole shebang.
The whole movie is in the car?
By the time, whenever they arrive, till the end of that movie, they're in that car.
This has been a long time since I saw Cujo, because I felt like there was a little bit more build-up.
Well...
And once he has, like, rabies and stuff.
Well, yeah, because that's, like, the opening scene. Like, it's like the opening scene, he gets rabies and shit, and then, like, by the time they get there, I mean, I don't know at what point that is, but yes, the majority of it, they are in the car. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it jumps out of the car, like, for other shit.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Cujo since I was a kid, so... It would be hard for me to speak on it, but
that's more of a when animals attack movie than a car movie. I'm thinking like Lock, you know, Lock or Locked,
or like or even like Buried. You know, being set in like just like the one location. Or Frozen.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like the just like the one setting is just, I mean, I've never seen Buried. People say it's good, so.
I couldn't get through it.
So,
but I do think that's one that, like, it was more circumstantial. Like, I feel like if I watched that at a different time, I might enjoy it.
Yeah.
A little bit more than I did at the time. But
so.
I just wasn't in the mood to watch Ryan Reynolds in a box for an hour and a half at the time.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like there's like a tricky...
I feel like the best I've ever seen it done, just off the top of my head, is 127 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like they did that very well. Old Danny Boyle. I like the way they kind of flit with his mind a little bit, like, you know, because I feel like that's probably one of the best ways to make a thing like that. Oh, I feel you, bud. I'm feeling it.
Burning up.
Oh, heat stroke is going to set in soon. But I felt my heart going a little fast there for a minute. I was like, this is going to be a crazy episode. Well, hey, the good news is one last movie just drops dead. Just one last movie. Watched it last night with Belle. She's been for like a week. She's like, I really want to watch this movie. I'm just in the mood to watch this movie. I know I have a copy of it. I just want to find it. I just want that nostalgia for this movie. So I dug it out for her the other day. I threw it on last night. And that movie, Philip, is What a Girl Wants.
Oh.
With Amanda Bynes and Colin Firth, which I forgot about.
Nice.
But, yeah, so we watched it last night. I have probably not seen that movie since it came out in the early 2000s. I've remembered seeing it a few times around that like time period. Remembered enjoying it, you know, just being an Amanda Bynes fan and stuff. Right. We were probably halfway through the movie, and I look at Belle. Here's where my hot take comes in. Okay. I look at Belle, and I say, Belle, I'm about to say something that you're going to hate. Oh. And she goes, what? And I said, watching this now, the internet's going to rake me over the coals. Now they start listening.
Now they say, you said, what about Amanda Bynes?
Honestly, as I was watching this movie, I turned to Belle, I go, I see why Amanda Bynes never became more of a thing. I see it. I see it very plainly and very clearly in this moment. She's like, well, this is just the one movie. Like, you know, she did. I'm like, hey, Belle, I've seen all the other movies. I was an Amanda Bynes fan. At the time, it was the thing. It was the move. It made sense. But as time passed, I see why Amanda Bynes did not make the cut. Because I just do not think she's that great of an actress. Like, for a movie like What a Girl Wants, it's like, okay, you get all your goofy shit in there that's expected with Amanda Bynes. But then there's like these more like touching, like serious moments, and you're just not feeling it. I'm just like watching Amanda Bynes, and I'm just like, I just feel like her face should be emoting more than it actually is. Like, it's just very, I don't know. And that's my hot take. I was like, I get it. I get why Amanda Bynes didn't take off. Yeah. She was an acquired taste, like, at that time. Like, now, if Amanda Bynes ever had the opportunity to, like, prove herself, like, as something, like, you know, break the mold, do something different. But I feel like she always did the same shit. Yeah. You know?
And then, obviously, you know, went down a dark path there for a while, and that, you know, obviously didn't...
Just in life.
Yeah, didn't help. With, no. Yeah, it became too much of a liability anyways. But yeah, no, it's kind of crazy to think about, like, you know, even to think of like how big of a deal she was.
Oh yeah.
You know, even like with us growing up and stuff like that, where it's like Amanda Bynes,
Amanda, please.
Yeah, you know, and then and then you know, like sometimes like for like child stars, like there's like that. Always like a rough transition from like being a child star to like being like an adult.
Amanda Bynes never got her Fruitvale Station.
No, you know, and it's like you can even kind of say the same thing with like the Lindsay Lohan kind of suffered the same thing a little bit, where it's like huge. Like teenage years and stuff like that, but then I feel like
she went through some rocky shit coming out of the child stardom machine.
Yeah, you know, and then just kind of just fell off. Like
shit, you even get people like Drew Barrymore, you know? She had that too. Like,
so it's hard too, because I feel like sometimes like people have like this certain like almost like thought of like, oh, this is who this person is, and so like they have such a challenging time trying to break that mold of like, I'm not a child anymore, like look at me as like an adult.
I think you do see that a lot with like, I mean, a lot of Disney Channel stars specifically, you know, and a little Nickelodeon too, whether it's Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus, Sabrina Carpenter, they all just were like, well, let me just get sexy real quick,
you know?
take a totally different route.
And I feel like almost like to the point where it's like, I don't know, it's like unnecessarily so.
Right.
Like there's
course correcting hard.
Yeah,
to just like separate themselves from.
Right. It's like you're doing everything you can to be like, I'm an adult. And it's like, okay, well, yes, I get that, but
maybe it's because Courtney Cox was already an adult, but it's kind of like the whole Friends Scream situation.
Yeah.
She's like, everybody just thinks I'm this nice girl because of this character. And I want to play a bitch. Like, I want to play something against type. Like,
yeah, definitely start to get like typecasted after like a while and stuff like that. So, it's just tricky. Even whether it's like in like film or music for like child stars to kind of break out of that mold a little bit, but some do it and some don't. Unfortunately,
it's true.
So it's way too hot.
It is way too hot. Yeah. No pleasantries today. The show's over.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done.
We're done.
Hey, thanks everybody.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Until next time.
Later.